we're here. Finally, we're here. So I just want to say thank you for watching this, and I'll try and make it quick. Some people have noticed I've been posting a little bit more on Instagram regarding like music stuff, and I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm at a good place right now where I can talk about what I've been doing. So I've been writing and recording my own songs, and in a couple weeks here, I'm gonna release an EP that's got 6 songs on it, and then next year, I'm gonna put out a full album. Some people might find that shocking. Some people might not find that very shocking. And I wanted to give context a little bit before I put anything out. I think it's important because, I don't really post anything on social media, and I'm a pretty private person. So to do something like this, I don't know, I feel like it requires a little bit of a personal touch, a little bit of an explanation that I want to give. Am I gonna kill you tonight? I started writing my own songs when I was in high school, closer to like late middle school, and I recorded all those songs on that Ibanez acoustic guitar that you see back there. I've had it all these years, and every song I've ever wrote, I pretty much have started on that guitar. I learned guitar from my dad. He's the one who taught me pretty much. And then I started, learning how to play songs and through tabs and stuff like that, because I could never figure out how to read music to save my life. But tabs I could figure out. All my sticks and stones get thrown at a hose, and I go right back to the stone. I just started to just dabble and write my own songs, really. And a lot of the songs were bad, not very good. But every now and then I would come up with a good idea or something that was really, really cool. And yeah, the majority of the songs I would write about was about, relationships. That was pretty much the top thing that always hurt me the most, or made me happy a lot of times. Also, I kind of deal with depression and anxiety. I feel like that's common now, that everybody goes through with this. So that's also something that I write about. Before I graduated high school to go and leave for the military, I had wrote probably over 100 songs, and I just wanted to record them before I left and just have like physical, something physical that I could go back and listen to maybe one day. So my dad had this, little recorder in the garage, and I jacked it and started recording those songs on it, and probably made like 7 or 8 albums out of it, and they were terrible. I mean, I go back to them every now and then and listen to them, and they are bad. I mean, they are bad. And, it was my first time recording, learning the process. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to sing. I didn't know how to drum. I didn't really know how to play tight bass rhythm or guitar really well. I'm 33 years old. I still don't know how to sing or play drums very well. So, kind of just still learning out here, but I've always fell in love with recording music and, taking whatever was in my head and putting it out into the universe, really. But, that universe I always kept close to myself, and I didn't really let other people listen. Just fine. Don't go rushing out, just find yourself. I find myself inside four walls, and every single one has heard it all. I ask for help along the way. you know, it's funny. I wrote those songs like 14 years ago, and you know, this whole time I've had them. I still have the physical CDs with me. I put all the songs on my phone, and I've had them with me for the last 14 years, and I've never shared them with anybody. Only a select few people have heard them, and you know, I guess making music was never about other people. It was always about myself, and it was always about writing songs that I enjoyed listening to, and it was something that was always therapeutic for me. You know, if I was going through a hard time, I would just write songs and just, you know, go back to them and play them whenever I wanted to. And so, you know, I left for the army, and the whole time I was in the army, I didn't write any music, or I wasn't really into music besides listening to it, really. And, you know, I wasn't very happy in the army. I, I found out pretty quickly that the army wasn't very good for me, or I wasn't very good for it, and or whatever. And, you know, I'm glad that I went. I'm glad that I got the experience, and I'm glad that I did something that a lot of people don't have the balls to do. But I was miserable, and I developed bad habits while I was in there. Drinking being one of them. I drank almost every day in the army, and you know, I would drink to the point of blacking out, and it got bad. It got bad a few times. I thought by leaving the army, it would fix a lot of the me being miserable. But the truth is that it didn't. I just brought it with me. Obviously, I brought it with me to the next place that I went.
Not tell you, run if you want to, run just to save your sober life is the best way. They don't have the time to look high and low, but they miss you, yeah, they miss you so. Run if you want to, run.
And, you know, this went on for 12 years. You know, I was like this the whole 12 years, still not writing music, still not playing guitar or bass or anything. I prioritized relationships and jobs and just things that didn't make me happy, honestly. And I always felt like something was missing. You know, I always felt like no matter where I went or what I did or who I was with, I was just always just so unbelievably unhappy.
Throwing up, my eyes are bloodshot, skin is blotchy, face is really pale. I found how to break the cycle, no more talking in hell. I don't wanna be a goner, forced to isolate, but it might be, yeah, it might be so brave.
But when you're drinking all the time, you're miserable, you feel like, you know, you don't feel very fulfilled. You know, not a whole lot of people are gonna want to be around you for that much longer. And so, yeah, at the end of 2022, me and my wife separated, and didn't want to work it out. You know, it was tough, very upsetting, but definitely the best thing that ever happened to me. And so one of the things that I was saying to myself is, you know, you spent the last decade drinking, and this is where you've ended up. You know, what if you tried not drinking and see where you end up in the next 10 years? So that was a big motivator for me. Another big motivator was I was sick and tired of feeling like crap every day. I was sick and tired of making other people feel like crap. And I knew I could do better, obviously. And yeah, so, you know, all of last year I have all these thoughts and feelings that I've been feeling, I channeled it into music, into writing music basically. It was also a really good way to help me not drink.
Picking up the pieces of the floor, and I want you anymore. No, I don't want you anymore.
Yeah, last year sucked. Honestly, last year was really tough for me. You know, you lose your best friend and your wife, and then you lose your best friend in alcohol, and you kind of just feel like you don't matter. You don't really want to matter either at the same time. And I found it hard to be around all the time. That's a nice way of saying it. That was the nice way of saying it. And so just taking everything that I just felt over the last 12 years and the last 5 years, really, I just put it into making music. And I've, you know, the songs that I wrote about, you know, relationships, wrote about drinking, stopping drinking, and, you know, a whole bunch of other stuff. Specifically, these songs that I'm writing and making this whole album for and about specifically deals with just one relationship in a nutshell, basically. And, you know, I was totally content keeping these songs to myself, never releasing them. I was totally fine with that. But, you know, I thought, you know, I really love these songs, and these songs have really helped me, and I want to share them with people, and I just want it to be out there.
Get me out of this mess. I don't want to get dressed. I'm feeling a little depressed. My heart ain't going away. Though we could use a bit of a break. I haven't touched a drink this year. Haven't felt so honest in many years. I gotta learn how to sleep, pray, love, fuck without you.
Yeah, so I started recording these songs in May of this year, and you know, I remember spending an entire weekend on just one song, and just I really loved it. I loved the whole process of recording and mixing and trying to figure it all out. And you know, the one song that I wrote, it's called "Why Hide It." It's a song that I wrote really quickly, and I hated it when I first wrote it. I hated it. I didn't like the lyrics that I wrote. I didn't like the chorus. I just thought it sounded so average. You know what I mean? It just sounded so average, and I wasn't a huge fan of that song. And so all the other songs that I had wrote, I'm like, oh my God, I love these songs. But I need to pick, like, I thought I could use like 5 or 6 songs that I didn't think was gonna be on the album to put in this EP. And so I picked 6 songs specifically because I didn't think they would be on the album, basically is what I'm saying. And then through just recording these songs, I have realized that I took these songs that I didn't really like, or I didn't really feel like had promise, and I made them have promise. And that is probably the coolest thing ever.
I'm so damn typical again, unusual. Don't know what was said, I won't fight it. Tell it quick, we're young and dying. Don't know what was said, I won't fight it. We quit trying, so why hide it? Don't know what was said, I won't fight it. Tell it quick, we're young and dying. Don't know what was said, I won't fight it. We quit trying.
You know, to go from a song like Why Hide It that I wasn't really excited about that song. I didn't feel like it had promise. And then I turned it into promise. I turned it into something that was worthy is pretty cool. So, I feel pretty confident that the 6 songs on this EP are going to be in the final album just because of the work that I put into it and the fact that I really do like these songs now. There's actually 2 songs on this EP that I actually wrote when I was in high school. And the 2 songs are Run Run Kiss Kiss, and the second song is Sorry Doesn't Cut It This Time. So those 2 songs I actually wrote when I was in high school. And I redid them, and I just changed the lyrics to make them apply to, my modern situation, pretty much. With some exaggerations, obviously, but, yeah, the other songs on the album I wrote this year. And so, yeah, I'm excited to put this music out. So, the EP is going to be out in a couple of weeks. Give more information on that if I don't already do it at this point. And then the album is going to be out next year at some point. And, I know that the quality of these songs aren't going to be like the greatest thing you'll ever hear of all time. But, I've gotten them to a place where I enjoy listening to them. I think other people will enjoy listening to them. And, I'm still learning about the mixing and mastering process. So, as I continue to write songs and record, I'll continue to learn and, hopefully build this, little music project that I got going on a little bit. And, yeah, just try and have fun with it. That's really what I want to do at the end of the day. And, yeah, so thank you for listening. And I hope you guys, are excited about the music that I'm going to make. I hope that you check it out at some point. And, yeah, I'm just really excited to get these songs out there. All right. Thank you.